I'm Dr. Fred Ogola. I'm a professor of strategy and decision making. This week, all that is important is about vetting, is about managing the transition of the government. So in today's, this week's segment, we shall focus on what the President is making, His Excellency William Ruto. And I would call it this way: legal, political, economic, social compromise. Why so? Let me take you down the memory lane on what it makes for him to become the fifth president. First and foremost, we have the founding president, which is Jomo Kenyatta, the founding president. He was building the foundation of a nation. The second president was Daniel Arap Moi, who focused on politics but without principles, and that's why the economy did not grow as required. They left the economy at 2.2 trillion given to President Kibaki, who took up the economy, and his work was to set apart processes, structures, vision, to ensure that there's the building of institutions in government. Before, you remember, before Moi, there was nothing like Vision 2030. During Moi, there was nothing like Vision 2030. And any parastatal or any government body could make their strategies or policies without any sense or reflection point. And that's what Kibaki did by setting up structures, processes within government. Now, when Uhuru came in as a president, his work was trying to use the processes, structures, systems, principles, and institutions. He was also handed in the 2010 Constitution, trying to implement the Constitution. So it was more of a try to implement processes, systems, structures, constitutions, name it. But when he left office, we have the fifth president, which is William Ruto as the fifth president. Now his work is not supposed again to start talking about processes, system. And in fact, some people are having a lot of pain when he hears, we shall look at how the law serves our interest. So I would say that Ruto's presidency may go down as what they call reimagining Kenya. Reimagining Kenya, re-emergence of Kenya. That's why there's a lot of structural changes here and there. And in these structural changes, the different philosophies, bottoms up, name them, all those hustlenomics brought together is what I'll call, he has to make what I call legal, political, economic, social compromise to get it, because in spite of the fact that you want a lot of changes to happen overnight, remember he's still functioning within the constitution, he's functioning within the government structure, there's a lot of government bureaucracies being involved, but he's trying to look at which one actually works. So for this to work, I would like to highlight that what is important for us to get this right is that Kenyans must go through economic period which is called focused poverty, whereby we may actually have to have some pain so that we can have gain. So that's why sometimes we have to cut budget, for example, the 300 billion budget cut. But where should we cut that budget? According to me, that budget need not to be cut from the vulnerable people of the population. We need to cut that budget from actually the big organizations, the big parastatals who spend so much money, but not just that money. They put money in things that actually are not adding national revenue. So we need to have making our economic policies based on output, not on input. When you say we are going to put 50 billion hustler fund, then the question is 50 billion hustler fund will contribute to what GDP of the economy. So this reimagining Kenya will become the most amazing thing. And instead of people saying, let us wait and see how the president succeeds or fail, why don't we build a knowledge house within Strathmore Business School, within different institutions, within different arms of government, where we can become the knowledge house to bring the idea of what is called reimagining Kenya. Remember, Vision 2030 has only 8 years to go, meaning that the president, William Ruto, will have to foresee another vision for the country. We cannot stay without one post his presidency. And that's the main focus of this week. Thank you.